Hi everyone, welcome to your monthly check-in on your 8 dimensions of self. These are timeless, so whichever month that you check in, that's sort of, I guess, your starting point here. And then you can move forward with us each month. So I always start with charms, and then I complement with cards. I'm not quite sure why I'm drawn to 3 decks here. I guess we'll go with the flow and see how the cards fall. You don't enjoy hanging out with me for the process, I timestamp below so you can go ahead and skip and get your messages, your guidance. Otherwise, I'm going to start here on where do we want to focus? Where do we need to focus? Sort of which area of self? And right before I hit start with my video, the crow here, my earth angel, started talking. And I don't know if you can still hear them going out there, saying crow. Maybe they're the one delivering the messages here for me, guiding the charms for all of you. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's always in 4. So what I'll do in the description below is I'll write the meaning for one crow cawing 4 times sequentially for you. Oh, look at that, they stop. Oh, now 1, 2, 3. Okay. Maybe because they knew I got message 1, 2, 4. I'm just hovering to see if there's any more areas of focus, any more movements, if I feel anything else. No, okay. So I'm going to leave that touching just ever so slightly, like it's showing. So we've got your intellect center, your intellect dimension. Almost touching on your soul here is your beautiful uniqueness with immediate comfort right under that. I think I'm going to link to the 9 angels, 9 archangels reading I just came from for careers, because it was all about this kind of reminder here. So maybe there's a connection from this reading, your 8 dimensions of self, and the guidance as it relates to career. If you're interested in your profession, where it's going, or whatever your definition of your professional version of you. Okay, just making sure the charms are with and all right, so let's see how they want the cards to fall here. You can see I'm also still standing at the same counter because there was 9 archangels, so I needed the space, and then I thought I was drawn to 3 decks of cards for some reason, so needed that I would monopolize or benefit, I guess, from the space. Okay. So I guess we're doing maybe 3 cards for each group. You just gave me the yes there. Little hello. Okay. I'm not sure why I'm going quiet. I'm usually like chatty. Like I just start saying things that I'm seeing, feeling, but I'm noticing that I'm going really quiet. I don't know if all of you have gone really quiet in terms to like listen, right? We're, I feel like I'm sitting down like a young child with big eyes, like my favorite character just walked in, like Barney the dinosaur, right? Just walked in, so it's like, whoa, they're here. And, I'm ready to sit and listen to everything they have to say and sing when they sing. Interesting energy. We're all ready to receive. Maybe that's what they're saying. Open mind, ready to receive. Actually, I'll leave the bigger card on top because then when I flip them, it'll be the card on the bottom. Okay, where are we starting? In the middle with the soul, your intuition, your higher self, which is, a lot of intuitive, sixth sense. I'm not in an airport path. That was a really loud helicopter. I apologize, everyone. I just realized that. Okay, whoo! We're going to start at soul because that's what comes in large. Comes in large in our dreams, comes in large energetically. So, answer heard and received. Wow. Crows and now random helicopters, aircrafts. Okay, I'm going to take a timestamp for our friends. Let's skip ahead. And I also am just noticing now, I'm just going to move the cards actually first. How do I do this? Not needed, right? Thanks everyone who's hanging in with me as I, like I said, go with the flow, figure this out. I wanted to make sure these cards were seen. Okay, yeah, now there's room. All right. I'll stick your soul energy right at the top here. Okay, fussing, fussing completed. So we're beginning right here on the soul energy. Your heart center, right? This is your whole self, and then here's your 8 dimensions that make you up. So they're starting with the swan side of this charm. For me, this is all about your unique beauty, right? So this is a strong reminder of who you are authentically, how you want to live, right? What's your passion center? What makes your heart sing? Joy, happiness, being authentic and living true to that. So they put that on your soul energy, and then they tucked in right underneath my teddy bear. This is comfort in time of recovery. So maybe you're healing your soul and coming back to your whole self, your true self, maybe I should say. Finding your self identity, right? Who am I? Maybe you kind of lost that a little bit in this past period or last couple of years. But the angels, the soul energies here, your loved ones, they're giving you a teddy bear, right? Teddy bear is also a gift. We give teddy bears when we're welcoming in something new, a fresh start, right? Recovery is also a sign of fresh start. So sort of this renewed sense of self-identity coming back, finding yourself again, realizing what brings you joy, happiness, like what's that definition for you. Now the teddy bear is also sitting on power of visualization within your creativity center here, your imagination. So of course you would be thinking creatively because you're problem solving, right? How do I bring this version of self forward, right? Power of visualization. I can see it. I can see who I am. I can see the life I want to live, how I want to live it, who I want to live it with. How do I bring that in? Imagination, manifestation, right? Manifestation. Bring it forward. Your gift here, your new start is your power of visualization. Your ability to make it happen, or maybe you're currently making it happen. All right. Okay, let's see how I can best get these all on screen. Yeah, look at you here. Zoom in here. Look at you leaving a former version of self, which is fine, right? As we age, we go through different experiences, garner different learnings, we evolve who we are, we find more clarity on our self-identity, right? Who we are. Because look at her sleeves, right? She's keeping the sleeves black, and then she's altered other parts of the dress. She's keeping the collar the same. She's changed her hair a bit. You're able to transform, right? And this is the version she's visualizing, right? If we look at her, this is you seeing yourself. This is a version of me. You're visualizing, you're manifesting. You're releasing these cords that are holding you here. And I like how you're soaring, right? Once you go through that process, right? You kind of shed your skin, right? We're looking at a dragon here, sort of the lizard reptilian family, where they need to go through that shedding of the skin process. Like, it's required, it's necessary for them. They need to have that fresh layer. They need to have that fresh start, right? Otherwise, they're gonna itch. I think maybe their skin can even like rip and tear and bleed, right? Not good for them to have old skin still hanging on to them. Not good for you to have things from the past, old history hanging on to you. So shed that and look at all the opportunities. Look at all the abundance opportunity. Look at all the fire behind you. Look at the roots you're establishing. Look at the longevity, legacy. If that's what you're desiring here, if that's the version of you, is to sit in that long term. Also, this could be a long duration, a long period of abundance after a period of struggle, right? So if you have gone through, a 5, 3, 10-year period, you're now heading into an equal length or longer period of abundance. Karma coming in, what you put out, what you bring back in. We even see this here, that message. Looking at the good karma you put out, and here's the ward coming back in, right? She's bringing back this custom designed dress just for you, custom designed lifestyle just for you, what you've envisioned, what you've dreamed of. I think we have enough room to spread them all out. I might actually do what I did in the other reading, just test taking the light off. Okay. Where are we going next here? Where are you pulling me? I'm going to come down to intuition, because they're shining a spotlight on it. So we got the noise signals to start with the heart, and now we got the spotlight. And it was on right versus wrong, your intuition. So trust your gut. Okay, maybe it didn't help turning off the light. Trust your gut. Make sure you're making decisions that are for your benefit, right? In your best interest, and you'll know that. Wow, look how pretty it is when the light hits it. It doesn't usually shine like this on my. You know what? That's the swan. That's the swan energy. The angels really want to make sure you're shining. Look at the outer rim, even all the little crystals around the outside. Right, your aura. Let your aura shine. Let your true self shine. Right versus wrong. Lean into your intuition. But I think because I did place it over here. You remember, I kept pushing it to be kind of over here. So they're shining a light more on right, which is, I believe you made the right decision, right? If you've been second guessing maybe a pretty major shift or influence that you created, you initiated from a decision, just trust your intuition just as much as you trusted it when you made that decision, right? You were right in the moment, and you're still right. So don't second guess. you're second guessing because it's scary, it's nervous to go through this type of glow up, this type of evolution, transformation that you're going through. Okay, let's see. Huh. Look at the nice hug here, right? Kind of like the teddy bear there. Comfort after a period, encouraging you to rest, right? Enjoy. You when you follow your intuition, you go to a place of abundance so that you rest, right? Life becomes easier because you're not chasing, you're not fighting, you're not struggling, you're going at your own pace. And look at the amount of sort of heavy, deep sleep here. You know, a good deep breath, and your angel kind of watching over you as you kind of sleep and ease into this kind of new, abundant, luxurious lifestyle. Look at the beautiful red silk here. It's all wrapped around your home. So much comfort, right? Lots and lots of comfort. Life of luxury and comfort. Even the way you're wrapped around your companion, right? This could be a partner, new love, a dream job. You know, this is wish fulfillment as well, if you want to read it as a fairy, a fae. Nice, beautiful golden hair as I was putting it down near the jewel, right? Looking down on you, shining the light down on you. You're also resting easy because you're not stressing about that decision you made either. Trust in your decision, so rest. Calm yourself. You can rest your energy, right? You don't want to waste your energy because you're going to need it as you ease into your new lifestyle and actually shift your energy to your happiness and joy centers, your full fulfillment. I mean, with the Two of Wands here, so you're at this crossroads now. So sort of this X marks the spot. This is the point you're at. But look at the welcoming energy below, which means I actually think you're beyond that point. I think maybe you think you're at that point now. Like maybe you aren't feeling the circumstances have changed yet. You're not feeling this peace or rest. Maybe you're still in that transformational period. There's usually a bit of a pause. So you do a major change and then there's a pause and then you start to feel the rewards from universe. So because they're focused in here on the sun and sort of, you know, you even have your loved one here kind of overseeing this. And the amount of joy and happiness I see, I feel like you are in the sun area. I don't think you're at your crossroads anymore. But again, trust in that right decision you made because you're down in the sun already. You are already in your new, I guess what's the language these days? You're in your new era and you're in your abundance era. You're just starting it. You're kicking it off here, right? You, like the Olympic flame, right? You just lit your flame and you set off the cauldron here to start the games. But look at, it's already ablaze. So you've already lit your cauldron here. You know, you pushed your wheel of fate already. You've already turned it. So if you can, you know, get rid of any lingering self-doubt, like just get rid of that kind of thinking. Catch yourself when you're second guessing and just and just say no to yourself. Because look what's actually coming in. Remember I just said your wheel of fate has turned. Look at the carousel because the horses are already releasing, right? They're about to jump off here because the wheel has completed its acceleration rotation, right? The final rotation to shoot them off here towards you. Your incoming wishes coming true. The abundance, the changes in lifestyle you were seeking, the people you want to meet. You know, he's carrying a backpack here full of good stuff incoming. I keep seeing like the, you know, from all the science documentaries of human space travel, how we know we have to kind of slingshot around the planet, like we use it. And in sci-fi movies too, they tend to use the momentum of slingshotting around a planet to launch them, and that's what I keep seeing. I keep seeing them coming around the last time and being launched. Right, the front hoofs are up here. They're being launched to you. You're already in your new phase here. So keep the faith, keep the hope, keep the trust. It has begun for you. It has begun. So you can go ahead and kind of heal this dimension of self with trust. You can heal this dimension of self by just allowing yourself to be seen as this new version of yourself. Go ahead. It's okay. We love this new version of you. And so will everyone else, right? That's your angel team there. We love you. Let everyone else see you and love you. Back to emotions here. Yeah, even though this charm's touching, I feel like higher self intellect is together. So we'll just come to emotions here with this set of cards. So there's feeling heard. And the reason I was allowing it to touch the color is when they're touching the colors only, that's like aura communication to me. So this is a passion center. So someone kind of hit you in an area that brings you happiness or makes you feel happy, and obviously feeling heard. So oppression, being feeling the feeling of being dismissed, invisible, even, right? Some of us feel invisible in a room. Some of us feel like we speak, but no one's actually listening. So that's the being heard. But this is my charm for a commitment, but it's also a reoccurring bad habit or cycle. So this feeling heard, this emotional space of I'm invisible, etc., that feels repetitive for you. So something you've experienced, or you feel like you've experienced that again and again and again, and it's dinged your joy here, your happiness. It's touched upon a passion area. So this could be a specific thing you're doing. So if it's not your career, it could be an interest or a hobby. Maybe it was something you showed off. You were very prideful in, I don't know, maybe you're cutting your lawn and you did a cool pattern and you thought it looked really good. So you happily told some people and they were like, okay, yeah, that's cool, I guess. Like they weren't as supportive. They didn't show sort of equal or a decent amount of joy in return of, yeah, that's neat. I can't believe you took the time to do that. It's really creative. Like that's a different response, right? That would have kept you happy. And you would have felt heard instead of someone going, yeah, you cut your grass. Well, that's not what you were talking about. You're talking about the fun you had and the time you had to just be playful and do a cool pattern in your lawn, something different, something cool, and they didn't reciprocate the same level of joy, happiness, and you let that impact you, and it happens again and again. Versus kind of my mentality, which is, who cares? They didn't smile or laugh as much as me. I'm still gonna be just as happy about my pattern. I'm still gonna take a picture. Maybe you're someone who's gonna share it to social, but just lean into the positive comment. Who cares what the negative comments say? Nobody does. Just the person who wrote them. Right? They just wanted to be heard. I'm just struggling a bit here, holding 3 cards for you guys. So we'll start here. And I'll fix the camera. There we go. Yeah, look at you independently here, indulging in your passion, right? Sometimes it's okay to do it anyways, because they're pulling me up here, right? Because there's this little puff that probably you see, but look at the scale of this beautiful, colorful cloud, right? So there's like who knows? You put your creative photos of your landscaping pattern, and maybe in 2 weeks, all of a sudden there's a community sharing photos back to you going, that's cool, look what I did to my lawn last week, or 2 months ago I did this, or the first time I go out and cut every season, I do this for fun. Maybe there's a sports fan out there that cuts his team's logo into his lawn, right? Like, you're going to find like-minded people, so just walk away from those that aren't, right? See? Even in the Five of Cups here, now that I look into it, go into the Coral Cup. You can avoid the fire if that's not your jam. If you're not a squid, you don't have to be with the squid. So just remove yourself. Hang out with who you want to hang out with. And you will be heard. As I grab the presenting dragon here at the podium, I'm going to say it, all of us hate hearing it, but it's like, this is the practice of let it go. Like, who cares? It did not make me happy, so I don't care, right? But look at you at the podium here. Look at you standing. Look at the karma, right? The justice symbol here on the stone, the good karma that you're sitting on top of. Just continue sitting in your passion, right? It's even a red dragon they gave us. Passion. Own it. That's what he's doing. He's claimed it. He's owning it. Own it. Be the neighborhood lawn savant, right? Be the talk of the neighborhood. Like, we have those houses that are the go-to for Halloween decor, the go-to for Christmas decor. Well, you can be the go-to house for lawn decor, landscaping decor this year. Just do it. I wonder why I'm leaning into landscaping so much. That's interesting. Maybe it's just because I feel like that was a random creative thing to come out with for me. I don't own a property that I have to take care of like that. But maybe that's because your passion is, seen to others as like, wow, that's really unique and kind of out there, so I'm not with it. Even this community of metaphysics, on a global scale, it's getting better, but I still think there's quite a majority of people that are still sitting camp skeptical, right? So, but we don't care. We still come together, and the community keeps getting bigger, right? Every time each one of us lives our truth and adds to these beautiful communities of kindness and creativity and collaboration, look how big our community gets. We claim it. Okay. I think I'm going to start with higher self, because I was here with the community getting bigger, 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 and then we claim it, right? Once you get to a certain volume, it's now ours. You can't dispute us. Look how big we are. And the piece, the dove here, sitting on world betterment with your higher self, your third eye, your sort of your kind of, I want to say like guiding compass, but that feels wrong. Like, it's the right tangent that I'm trying to express here. Like, you take actions or you guide yourself through a lens of, I'm making sure I'm not being a negative contributor. And that's really positive, right? Because you're all about peace here. But this chubby bird charm is all about incoming news as well. So I think there's incoming news that's going to help specifically with your world betterment, right? Not on a global scale, not on this larger community scale, but individual. So yes, you focus up here. I want to be part of these cool communities that let me be creative or are supportive or are advocating for the same thing I advocate for, or they work in the same space I work for. That makes me really happy. They're also singers or dancers. I don't know. You know, it brings you peace and joy, right? With the chubby bird. And in the grand scope, those are all positive communities. There's always positive energy going out. So world betterment on that scale. But there's incoming news here. Little birdie is whispering in our ear. So we'll find out what this incoming news is that's going to help maybe support you with the letting go here, working through your emotions. A little confirmation, intuitive confirmation for you that your immediate world is getting better. So under your intellect center, we have challenges with love and peace on top. So this is wholeness, and we saw the peace there once you kind of heal the emotional center, but we also have the power of rational thought. So you might be thinking emotionally. Also could be the reason for the little touch into this quadrant, because it could be that type of thinking, right? Your perception, if you can change your perception of this always happens to me to, well, that's never going to happen again, then that's when you're going to find your balance here, your equilibrium, be back in your peaceful state, and you won't see things as barriers in your way, as challenges, right? You're going to lean into your intuitive, more rational thought of, no, this is for my betterment. This, their action influences my change, whether it's to walk away, speak up, whatever it is. And that's for, the betterment. I feel better. I feel whole. I feel like I did everything I was meant to do. Oh, look at that. Yeah. Look at you speaking out. Look at you going after what makes you feel good. A fire dragon feels good when it's releasing fire, right? That's its passion. It's a fire dragon. I want to light things on fire. I want to scream fire, sing fire. I want to show off my fire tricks. I want to show people that I can swallow fire, right? Okay, so let's see. Oh, we got the world card on your world getting better. Look at you. The master of your domain, bringing in all the companions that you wish to, all the experiences that you wish to. You're the magician here, right? With your wand, you're controlling. You're doing all the divination, but not alone. You still have your angel entourage here, and your earth angels, and your supporters, right? Your community supporters, all working together with you, collaborating with you to keep your world coming to be the way you're envisioning it, right? Through your higher self. Now, in terms of this message, this is all kind of like who you can be, unless that's the message through this video is, here's a reminder of who you are and who you can be, and we're all here to help and work together. But you can see that they're looking at their hands here. So I'm going to say this is likely, because it's modern day, like a text message or an email. You'll probably get it or read it on your phone, because they're looking so closely here, right? At their hands, and the angel's kind of looking down to see what the two of them are both reading, or the message, making sure that the message was delivered. So if the angel's making sure the message is delivered, this is like positive incoming news, right? You've got your belief, sort of you and your soul, you and your higher self, receiving the same message here. I bet you it's like a get ready message. Get ready, here it comes song. It just kind of played in my head. Oh, I just know Three of Pentacles, right? So when I get Three of Pentacles, usually in other decks, it feels like a party to me. Everybody's celebrating something. So, maybe you wished for a lottery win because that would help you improve your world in a certain area. And it's like, get ready, here it comes, go out and buy that lottery ticket. I can't give you any lucky numbers, but if you're drawn to pull into a certain store or gas station or pause at a certain kiosk, again, follow your intuition, right? Your higher self will guide you. You'll get this news, or maybe someone will reach out and be like, hey, do you want to play in part of our lotto group? We had someone drop out this month, or I'm thinking of putting one together. Do you want to chip in, right? You want to go play bingo today? I got nothing to do. Let's go play bingo for an hour or something. I don't know how long bingo is. Yeah, there's some kind of incoming news, incoming hint, incoming tip off. I don't know. Like, it could be. I mean, insider traders illegal. That's not what I'm getting at. There's like some kind of like more like, when someone comes to you and they get the whisper that tickets are going to go on sale here at this time, or a pop-up's going to appear here at this time. Like they get the leak first. That's what I'm feeling. More of that leak, more of a psst. That's why they're leaning in here. It's a psst from your angels, from you must be hitting a, like, if you heal this area and trust and lean into these two, I think you trigger something in your soul path, your Akashic records. I think that's why there's this celebration of, you did it, right? You conquered this soul lesson. You healed your 8 dimensions of self at this time, and you've unlocked. You're going to this next level of your world, of your lifestyle. It gets even better, right? When we conquer, when we achieve our greater sense of self, when we achieve wholeness, when we achieve a sense of joy, right? Simple joy. We just feel happy. We just feel comfortable. We're not wanting for anything. Here it comes. Oh, I'm back to that song. Watch out, here it comes. And I think it says something like, ooh, baby, right? Watch out here. Anyways, yeah, so I'm excited now. Let's check in next month and see, did we focus here? Did we all pay attention and trust our gut and just rest, right? Just trust and rest and allow our new self to shine. Lean into that. Let's see. I'll see you all next month.